being told to shut up is the least of it. Hey guys, I'm Rebecca from WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 worst things that happened to Meg from Family Guy.
Oh my God!
I don't want this to happen to you, Meg.
That means we're looking at the most awful situations that the eldest Griffin child has suffered through, which is saying something since she always seems to get the short end of the stick in the worst of ways. All right, let's check it out.
It's time to end this thing.
Yeah, it is.
Number 20, rejected by her own stuffed animals.
Oh, this is gonna be great! We'll stay up late, trade stories.
Meg is frequently demonstrated to be a lonely and unloved character. One cutaway gag takes this to the next level, showing that the friends she claims to have are merely stuffed animals. As if this weren't sad enough, the toys then come to life, a la Toy Story, and escape from Meg through the window. Worst of all, Sunshine Bear, a Care Bear lookalike, is called out to by Meg, and rather than remain and care, the animate toy throws itself in front of a passing truck. Number 19, getting the mumps because she wasn't vaccinated.
Meg, come take your picture with this space alien guy.
While at a convention, Peter forces Meg to take a photo with a man with the mumps, infecting her with the disease, which Peter never bothered vaccinating her for as a child. This forces Meg to suffer through the painful swelling and remain bedridden, where, instead of being understanding, her family mocks her, and in Peter's case, continues his casual abuse of her, with her only solace being religion she finds on TV.
This is the day that the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Number 18, forced to drive her dad and his friends around.
Will you guys just shut up back there?
After Peter loses his driver's license doing something typically moronic and dangerous, Meg is forced to act as her father's personal chauffeur, driving him and his friends around on their drunken escapades. While doing so, Meg must endure their childish antics, which include setting her hat on fire while she's driving and then having beer poured on it. This in particular leads her to get into an accident and prompts her to take out her repressed rage on the other driver.
Oh, God, stop!
Meg, that was awesome.
Number 17, sad surprise party.
Hey, what's with all the cars on the street?
Oh, they're all here for your surprise party, Meg.
While birthdays are often a time of gifts and celebration with friends, Meg's are basically the opposite. She's had several depressing ones on the show, but the worst is arguably her 18th. After going to the Teen Choice Awards, the family returns to an empty house, despite attempting to arrange a surprise party, making it clear that no one would show up voluntarily. Although Quagmire does remember Meg's birthday, it's clear that he's only interested in hitting on Meg now that she's an adult.
Hey, welcome to the adult club, huh? And you know what? You got another member right next door if you ever want to talk and stuff. Happy birthday.
Number 16, pelted with rancid meat.
Here we go!
Meg's interactions with the rest of her classmates are generally negative and frequently involve them throwing things at her, such as when she's singled out in dodgeball. An attempt to become popular leads Meg to try out to become a cheerleader, but instead she's pointed towards becoming a flag girl, the members of which are rather, let's say, offbeat. Then, just when Meg's performing in front of the whole school, the popular kids pelt her with rotten meat, and the crowd laughs at her.
Hey, Meg!
Number 15, degrading Star Wars cameos.
Hi, it could be worse.
It's worse.
The Family Guy Star Wars specials are among the show's best episodes and are fun reimaginings of both classic films and the series characters. Like most things Family Guy though, they don't do Meg any favors. While most of the main cast is recast in prominent roles, Meg is relegated to cameos as some of the Star Wars franchise's grossest monsters and creatures, from the trash compactor creature to the giant space worm to the Sarlacc. Number 14, sent to prison for harboring a fugitive.
Luke! What are you doing here?
I escaped, Meg.
Meg is incredibly desperate for love, affection, or attention, and one of her attempts to find some sees her befriend an inmate at a prison. When the man escapes, he goes to the Griffin house to hide and to see Meg. When the police are alerted, Meg is imprisoned for 3 months for harboring him. While in prison, Meg becomes jaded and hardened, and becomes a worse person and as bad or worse than her abusers due to the experience. Number 13, tricked into losing her innocence on TV as a joke.
Hey, Meg, I'm Jimmy Fallon. It's great to finally meet you.
Following a makeover, Meg becomes popular and ends up leading a band composed of the rest of the Griffin family. Although her newfound popularity does go to her head, she still suffers a huge embarrassment when they appear on Saturday Night Live. Before the show, Meg is seduced by Jimmy Fallon and loses her virginity, which is filmed and aired on the show. Jimmy Fallon might have been smiling at the camera, but Meg certainly wasn't.
And,
Hey, Fallon, say good night, you bum.
And this is for laughing and looking at the camera during every sketch you've ever been in. What do you think you are, Carol Burnett?
Number 12, having her kidney stolen by her date on Valentine's Day.
Do you like Coldplay?
Am I a dull white guy? Yes, I like Coldplay.
Meg finally appears to have met a nice guy off the internet and has a seemingly nice date with him on Valentine's Day, only to wake up after he's stolen her kidney. Granted, Meg does manage to guilt trip him into spending a surprisingly nice day together, to the point where he gives her back her kidney. But it's still incredibly sad that this is one of the high bars for Meg's dates.
Sorry, Meg. Black market organs are big money, and I promised my bosses a fresh kidney. No hard feelings.
Number 11, used by a poltergeist.
Okay, Meg, if this works, then we might just have a chance at getting Stewie back.
When spirits menace the Griffin family, surprise, surprise, because of Peter, it's pretty traumatic for them all, but Meg especially. When Stewie is lost on the other side after entering his closet, the family discovers that the exit is in Meg's backside. Peter and most of the rest of them have a field day with this, throwing things so they come out of Meg's butt and using the portal to make other juvenile jokes with no regard for Meg's feelings.
Gee, must have taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Number 10, dumped at a fire station for being born.
Oh, Stewie, how exciting. Your first visit to a real fire station.
While it can figuratively seem like Meg has been needlessly hated on since the day she was born, this is almost literally true. When the Griffins visit a fire station, Lois and Peter reminisce about their children's first trips to the fire station, revealing in a cutaway that Meg's first visit was when they attempted to abandon her as an infant. Even if you don't like Meg, no baby deserves that.
Yeah, you kids always loved your first trip to the fire station. You remember when we took Meg?
Number 9, everything she goes through during a home invasion.
What the hell's your problem, you dumbass?
Home invasions are trying enough, but Meg goes through the ringer when burglars enter the Griffin house. Firstly, she's smacked by Peter with a bat for startling him. Then, she's sent out of the panic room to get supplies, but not before the rest spit on her. Meg is then held hostage by the thieves, who mistake her for a boy. The capper is that she's arrested at the end of the evening for harassing them, and her family doesn't care.
Meg should probably get a lawyer.
Number 8, rescued from being taken.
There she is. Hurry!
Much like the film Taken, Meg is kidnapped and sold into sexual slavery while abroad in Paris. Although the kidnapping itself is quite awful, oddly, it's her rescue that makes our list. Naturally, Peter and Lois are apathetic, so Brian and Stewie take up the task. Yet Meg is surprised when a handsome prince wants to marry her and shower her with affection. Of course, Stewie kills him, forcing Meg to return to her usual terrible life.
Stewie?
Hi, Meg.
Number 7, being comatose after nearly drowning.
Meg, you're a good swimmer. Go get it.
What?
Following a rainstorm, the Griffin house is flooded. Rather than get out fast, Peter demands Meg grab him some beer from the fridge, which is submerged. After accidentally trapping herself, Meg nearly drowns, with Peter observing this and callously not saving her immediately. This leaves her in a coma. Although Meg recovers, it's still a terrible case of neglect that resulted in more trauma to Meg. While Peter does try to be nicer to her, he clearly does not stick with it.
Oh, things are gonna be different. No more will I treat you like some kind of alien.
Number 6, almost killed by a school bully.
Listen, before we start, could you not hit me here?
Meg has been bullied frequently by nearly everyone she meets, but some of the most brutal she's experienced is from Mike, a guy at school she accidentally angers. Mike challenges Meg to a fight and doesn't hold anything back, beating her half to death in front of a crowd. It's only by using Quagmire's advice for her to use her inherent grossness, real great for her self-esteem, that Meg is able to survive at all.
Your kiss is definitely not on my list.
He's older.
Number 5, accidentally made out with Chris.
Okay, see you later, Mom.
On Halloween, Meg and her friends are excited to go to a party, despite some catcalling from Peter. Her brother Chris attends the same party, and both of them wear masks. Unfortunately for them both, a game of spin the bottle leads them to unknowingly spend time in a closet together. Upon realizing this, both of them are mortified at the fact that they've made out, and apparently other things, as well as having this fact revealed to everyone at their school.
We're a disgrace to our family!
Oh, maybe I can get in on this.
Number 4, her boyfriend is stolen by her mother.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Mrs. Griffin.
Meg really has the worst luck with romance, and one of the most mortifying occasions happens when she finds Anthony, who seems to be the best and most normal guy she's ever dated. And we know he's normal because her parents had him examined. Lois, feeling unattractive at her age, makes a move on Anthony, leading to a breakup with Meg. Although, Meg does take some unhealthy consolation from having done some extreme things with him and sharing that with Lois.
Well, when you're ready to talk.
Number 3, sold into slavery.
What if I sold you my daughter?
Huh?
Peter is an incredibly callous idiot, particularly when it comes to Meg. After running up a tab at Mort's pharmacy, he offers to sell Meg to Mort's family as a slave, since Mort's son Neil has a crush on Meg. However, Neil's involvement with another girl makes Meg jealous enough that she signs the contract herself, leading to her performing unpaid, back-breaking labor. Fortunately, Meg is able to get out of it, but the whole experience just strikes us as terrible all around.
You know, I thought I'd be happy being with Neil, but I'm not! This is horrible!
Number 2, erased from existence by God.
Oh, you guys pulled it off. Well, a deal's a deal.
Peter's callousness towards Meg is arguably epitomized in this moment. Peter and his friends go on a quest to find God to force him to stop interfering with sports outcomes, because athletes always thank God for their victory. While they are strangely successful, Peter also manages to extract another wish from the deity, making Meg disappear from existence. While Meg is obviously fine the next episode, it's still awful to think that Peter obliterated her from reality, no matter if it was temporary.
Don't look at her. Don't look at her. It's okay. Just go with it. It'll all be over in a second.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1, sacrificing her own self-worth to be the family punching bag.
How about we talk about Chris's mother, huh? Why don't we talk about you?
During a hurricane, the Griffins are stuck inside with no TV. Naturally, Meg becomes the butt of jokes. But for once, Meg tears into her family for their faults and how they treat her, finally standing up for herself.
You're my mother, and you took a child's trust and smashed it into bits in a 17-year-long mission to destroy something that you killed a long time ago.
However, it's almost immediately undone, as seeing the way they all turn on each other, Meg decides to become the lightning rod for their hate instead of maintaining her new confidence. It's heartbreaking to think that they've conditioned her to not seek her own happiness above theirs.
Meg, how could you put us all through that?
I'm sorry, you guys.
Does every cartoon, like Family Guy, The Simpsons, South Park, etc., have like that one really tragic character that if you think about it too much, you get really depressed? I don't know. They're cartoons. Let's lighten the mood with some Conway Twitty. Oh, what? We don't have that? All right, well, let us know what you think the worst thing that happened to Meg was. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out this other video.